Greetings, YouTube. The Doctor is in. Dr. Urius Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. All right. Today, we're going to talk about our new character build. It's called the Smooth Operator. It is a bard/sorcerer. And the words that come out of this character's mouth will make you fail many things, but most of all, we're building on the video that we made. Make sure to check it out earlier this week, and that is the how to manipulate saving throws video. And this is the character that is going to be the one that is built off of that incorporates, I think, most of the abilities that I could fit into one character that could debuff and ensure that saving throws were failed with those debuffs. All right, so let's start out with where we're going to go with this character. First off, the race that we're going to pick is an Autumn Eladrin, and we're going to use the Origin Manager for ability scores, and we're going to pick Charisma +2 and Intelligence +1. Obviously, Bard and Sorcerer both work off of Charisma, so these classes are really good together. And we don't really need to worry about flipping any of our points into other stats. We're going to take the background investigator. We're going to choose insight and investigation just for some flavor. Not going to be real great at insight, but he will be pretty good at investigation because we're choosing constitution. We're going to choose a strength 10, a dex 10, a con of 14. We want high hit points. This character's not going to be like in the midst of combat. They're going to be far away, so they don't. I'm not really going to concentrate too much on an armor class for them. We're going to choose an intelligence of 14, so that's going to be other good stat is intelligence. A wisdom of 10. They're not going to do a whole lot of things that involve wisdom, and of course a charisma of 17. For equipment, we're going to start out with a rapier, a light crossbow, studded leather, thieves' tools, because they're going to be trained in thieves' tools from the Autumn Eladrin. But we're not going to be using them, but we're trained in them, so we can help the rogue that's in the party who is really good at using the thieves' tools, and then we'll take an explorer's pack. We're taking Bard 1 to start out with a whopping AC of 12. That's probably not going to change too much, and 10 hit points. So we got the high con so that we could take some damage and soak some things up. We're starting out with the proficiency bonus of +2. We get the phase step, which is a Misty Step, which is equal to our proficiency bonus per long rest of Misty Steps. And then that will actually change when we hit 3rd level. And then we get Bardic Inspiration to start out with. We get that 3 times a day, and that's based off of our Charisma modifier. That will go up, and it's 3 times a day or 3 times per long rest. And right now it's a D6. We're going to start out with Mage Hand and Vicious Mockery. So Vicious Mockery will do some damage, and it will cause the failed individual who was subjected to the Vicious Mockery to have disadvantage on their next attack. We're going to take Bane. That's our first saving throw manipulator is Bane. We can subtract. They will have a D4 subtracted from their every saving throw. Cure Wounds, just to cure wounds a little. Dissonant Whispers, that's kind of a control-y spell. And our second manipulator of saving throws is Silvery Barbs. That's going to allow us, as a reaction, to change saving throws. Many spells we're going to be using with this last for a little while, and they cause the failed party to have to take a saving throw every round. And so we can use a reaction to change those saving throws and make those effects last longer. All right, so the next level we're going to take at 2nd level is going to be a Bard 2. We're going to go to 17 hit points. We're still at a +2 proficiency bonus. We get Jack of all trades, so we get half our proficiency bonus added to all skills, no matter what, whether we're trained in them or not. We get Song of Rest, so everybody will get some extra hit points when they do a short rest. And we're not picking up any extra spells at this point, so just that. We're just getting the Jack of all trades and Song of Rest. Everything is basically the same as before. At 3rd level, this starts to get a little complicated. At 3rd level, we are going to take Bard 3, and our hit points go up to 24. We're going to take the College of Eloquence, so this comes from Tasha's. It also comes from the mythos of Odyssey, I think, is the book. It's the Greek reference world book that we have, but it also is in Tasha's. We're going to take performance and persuasion as our expertise, and we get unsettling words as part of our College of Eloquence. So we can spin words laced with magic that unsettle a creature and cause it to doubt itself. As a bonus action, we can expend a use of our Bardic Inspiration, which is still 3 per long rest, and choose one creature we can see within 60 feet. We roll that d6 for now, and the creature has to subtract that number from rolled from the next saving throw it makes before the start of my next turn. So we can bonus action plop that down, and then we can plop down, say, Bane. Then they'll be subjected to Bane or Dissonant Whispers because there's a saving throw there, or because we're taking whole person or blindness, deafness, we could throw that down with it too. So this is another way we're going to start manipulating saving throws. We get Silver Tongue. So you are a master at saying the right thing at the right time. When you make a charisma or persuasion or deception check, we can roll on a roll of 9 or less, we get a 10. In addition, what I don't have on here is that face step. Every time we face step now, anything within 5 feet of us is charmed for a round whenever we use it. And remember, we can use that a number of times per long rest equal to our proficiency bonus, which is twice. So we could slap that unsettling words on something, and we could face step away from them, and they could be charmed. We could slap the unsettling words on something and hold person them and cause them to fail. Slap the unsettling words on them, blindness, deafness, and they're blind. And that's very synergistic with the rest of the party if you're playing with a well-balanced party, particularly if you're playing with things like paladins or fighters where they can just start walking up and wailing on the opponent, especially if the opponent is held under a held person. In addition, you can use the silvery barbs as a reaction to force them to fail a whole person later on. It doesn't force them to fail it, but you can give them disadvantage on a saving throw later on. All right, so in addition, you can keep using that unsettling word. So unsettling words is going to be a big metric in all of this. So at 4th level, we're going to take our first level of Sorcerer. Going to have 30 hit points. We're still a +3 bonus. We're going to take Wild Magic. We get Wild Magic Surge, Tide of Chaos. So starting at 1st level, you can manipulate the forces of chance to gain advantage on one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. We're going to use this to kind of as a panic button for our saving throws. It's for us. It's not really for anything else. Once you do so, you must finish a long rest. Anytime before you regain the use of this feature, the DM can have you roll on the Wild Magic Surge table immediately after you cast a Sorcerer spell of 4th level or higher. You then regain the use of this feature. So that it's kind of random. And with the Wild Magic Surge, every time we cast a spell, we have to roll a d20, and if we roll a 1, we get on the Wild Magic Surge table. And there's good things and bad things on there. Okay, because we took a level of Sorcerer, we get some more spells. We're going to take Mind Sliver, another great spell, does damage, and subtracts off opponents' saving throws. They have to make a saving throw. If they fail it, they get a penalty to the next saving throw, which is great. We're going to take Mending for obvious reasons, Meshes for obvious reasons, and Ray of Frost because it's a nice ranged attack. We're also going to take Absorb Elements and Charm Person. Absorb Elements, panic button for us. Charm Person, again, another kind of manipulation debuff where we can shut an opponent down. All right, at 5th level, we're going to take another level of Sorcerer. So now Sorcerer 2, Bard 3, we're at 36 hit points. Our proficiency bonus goes up to +3, which is great. So we can use that Misty Step from the Autumn Eladrin 3 times now. We're going to take Font of Magic. We start out with 2 sorcery points, and we get flexible casting. So this is where you can burn sorcery points to get spell slots back, or you can burn spell slots to get sorcery points back. It's really good. It'll come in more when we get to Sorcerer 3 and we start getting meta magic. We're going to take Ray of Sickness. That's the only extra spell that we're going to take at this point. At 6th level, we're going to take our 3rd level of Sorcerer. We got 42 hit points. Now we're at 3 sorcery points. Now we get meta magic. We're going to take heightened spell, another manipulator for saving throws. So when we cast a spell that forces a creature to make a saving throw, we spend 3 points. We only get 3 points, so we'd have to spend this. We can only use this once per long rest. Spend 3 sorcery points to give one target of the spell disadvantage on the first saving throw made against that spell. We're also going to take twin spell. So any targeted spell we have, we can actually twin it. I think it's a point per level of the spell. So for instance, if we used it on whole person, we could hold 2 people. And we're also going to take Maximilian's Earthen Grasp and Web at this point. You can see here next to our spells, because we're a hybrid spellcaster, we're starting to get 3rd level slots. So we can upcast some of these spells within those 3rd level spots, and spells like Whole Person, Earthen Grasp, Blindness, Deafness, Bane, Dissonant Whippers are all great, even if they're cast at higher level. We do have higher level spell slots that we could burn for sorcery points as well, which is great. Okay, next, we're 7th level. We're going to take a level of Bard. We want to top out at Bard 5, and there is a reason. When we get to Bard 5, we'll talk about that. So we're going to take Bard 5. We're still at 3 sorcery points. We're going to get an attribute increase at Bard 4. We're going to raise our charisma up to 19. That gives us more unsettling words. So that gives us 4 now. 4 Bardic Inspirations, which we're really going to pretty much be using for unsettling words. We're going to take Minor Illusion and Suggestion now. We're going to add those on. And we got a 4th level slot as well. At 8th level, we're going to take our last level of Bard. We're at 56 hit points. We're still at 3 sorcery points and a proficiency bonus of +3. Now, the big thing that we wanted to get from Bard 5 is our Bardic Inspiration die goes to a D8, and we get Font of Inspiration. We regain Bardic Inspirations after a short rest or a long rest. So now we can take an hour, and we can get all 4 of those Bardic Inspirations / unsettling words back. And then we're going to take Fear for our 3rd level spell that we get as a 5th level Bard. Again, great spell. I've talked about that in a previous video. And we've got, again, we can do our bonus action to Unsettling Words, and now we've got a D8 that it takes away from an opponent's saving throw. Most of these things on here have Wisdom or Charisma saving throws, which are not easy for opponents to take. Even like Earthen Grasp, which is a Strength saving throw, a D8 subtracted off of that gets rid of a bonus completely. So that's a really good one too. If we slapped a Bane on them earlier, then they could be stuck with a Bane, and we could use Unsettling Words. So this just compounds and gets worse and worse. All right, at 9th level, we're going to start taking levels of Sorcerer again. So we're going to take a level of Sorcerer. So we're Sorcerer 4, Bard 5. We got 62 hit points. Our proficiency bonus goes to +4. And now we're at 4 sorcery points. We get a feat, and we're going to take Fey Touched Charisma. So we get +1 to our Charisma. Now our Charisma goes to a 20, which means we have 5 Unsettling Words, Bardic Inspirations per short or long rest. In addition, we're going to get a free Misty Step. This is just a straight-up Misty Step. It's not a Fey Step. And we're going to get a free Bane once per long rest. Which is great. So now we've got Bane in spell slots, and we've got Bane just as a freebie. And we've got a Misty Step as a freebie, and that can be used as a panic button. We're also going to get Friends as a cantrip. That's our last cantrip that we're going to be getting. And we got a 5th level slot. So we have 3rd level spells, and we can upcast those all the way to 5th level. At 10th level, we're going to be taking Sorcerer 5, so we're Sorcerer 5, Bard 5. We got 68 hit points. We now have 5 sorcery points, and we get Magical Guidance, which we can use a sorcery point to reroll an ability check. So it's just kind of something, if you really screw up a skill check, ability check, you can change that, and you can reroll it. Remember, initiative rolls are Dex ability checks. And then we're going to take Slow and Counterspell. Counterspell is a really important spell to get. And Slow, again, is another important one. Slow is another kind of saving throw manipulator, so it will put a -2 to their deck saves. So if you have another sorcerer or wizard or some other arcane caster who does like fireballs and lightning bolts, well, that's important right there. So we could slap a unfettered words on them, and then we could put the slow on them, and that'll just compound that even worse. All right, at 11th level, we're going to be Sorcerer 6, Bard 5. We're going to add 74 hit points. We're up to 6 sorcery points, and we get Bend Luck. So this is another one of our kind of money magic saving throw manipulators. So starting at 6th level, you have the ability to twist fate using your wild magic. When another creature you can see makes an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can use your reaction to spend 2 sorcery points to roll a d4 and apply the number rolled as a bonus or penalty, your choice, to the creature's roll. So if they're sitting on an unsettling words, which we used on our turn, and then they go to make a saving throw, you can also slap this on them as a reaction and give them even more of a penalty. In addition, we're going to take haste, so that's something to kind of buff up our buddies. At 12th level, we're going to take another level of Sorcerer, so we're Sorcerer 7, Bard 5. We're going to have 80 hit points. We're going to have 7 sorcery points. We get our first 4th level spell. We're going to take Polymorph. Polymorph has so many different uses, and it essentially shuts an enemy down completely, and for at least an hour. And as you can see with the next level, we can extend that out, and we can make them a toad or a frog or something with really low hit points. And there's really bad things you can do to an opponent once you have them in that particular form. And we can, using all of our manipulation, Banes, our Bend Luck, our unsettling words, so all that's, we can kind of help guide them along the wrong path to that saving throw. All right, and lastly, at 13th level, we're going to take another level of Sorcerer. So we're Sorcerer 8, Bard 5. We have 86 hit points, plus 5 proficiency bonus. That went up. And again, this proficiency bonus feeds into our Face Step. So remember, when we use that Face Step or that Misty Step, that special Misty Step, we can charm something next to us. In addition, we have 8 sorcery points. We're going to get a feat. We're going to take Meta Magic, add up. We get 2 extra sorcery points. I put them off to the side because we can't use those for Meta Magics, or we can only use those for Meta Magics. We can't use those to swap out our flexible spellcasting. We're also going to get 2 different Meta Magics. We're going to get Quickened and Extend. So Extended Spell increases the duration of a spell, and then Quickened Spell allows us to use a bonus action to cast a spell, which is awesome. That's really awesome. So we could Mind Sliver as a bonus action, and then say Bane or Dissonant Whispers or Polymorph or something like that. And then if we extended a Polymorph, then it's going to last for 2 hours instead of 1 hour. We're also going to take Ralathim's Psychic Lance. So that spell is going to do a whole bunch of damage, and it will incapacitate an opponent as well. And you'll see that we've got 6th and 7th level slots. We've only casting 4th level spells, but we've got 6th and 7th level spots because we're a hybrid caster, and we can cast some of these spells in really high slots. Like Dissonant Whispers is awesome as a 7th level spell. Ralathim's Psychic Lance is awesome as a 7th level spell. So these things all get pretty worse. So kind of in summary, for this character, we are looking at ways to manipulate saving throws. So starting out at 4th level, we've got Bane and Silvery Barbs. That's 2 ways right there. Starting at 2nd level, we still have Bane and Silvery Barbs, so that's 2. Starting at 3rd level, we now add Unsettling Words. So that's 3 different ways to manipulate saving throws. At 4th level, we're dipping into Sorcerer. So we still have our 3 ways of manipulating. Oh, we got a 4th one. So we add Mind Sliver. So there's 4 ways to manipulate saving throws right there. And then at 5th level, we get Font of Magic, which allows us to get sorcery points and flexible casting. We still got 4 ways of manipulating saving throws, but at 6th level, we add our 5th way. We do a heightened spell, which gives them disadvantage on a saving throw. So now we've got 5 ways of manipulating saving throws, which is really powerful. At 7th level, we increase our charisma, which increases a lot of, our spell DCs, but it also increases the number of times we can do unsettling words. We're still at 5 ways to manipulate saving throws. At 8th level, we get Font of Inspiration, so we can do those unsettling words or manipulating saving throws more often, and we do it better with a D8, but we still have our 5 ways now. At 9th level, we add Fey Touch just for an extra bump in our charisma and a couple extra uses of Bane, but that's still one of our 5 ways of manipulating saving throws. At 10th level, we still have our 5 ways, but we add some new spells. At 11th level, we Bend Luck. That's our 6th way of manipulating a saving throw. And that is our last one. So it's all about getting those saving throws and then getting these spells off that are going to detrimentally affect an opponent so that your party members can go and have an easier time with those combats. All right. That is what we're going to have for you today. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions or comments, leave a question or comment, and I will catch everybody later.